Gather round, gather round. 0-1. That's something.
Oh, man. Sometimes I think I've never seen them win this summer.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into
Not one.
The Losers Lounge. We are live after the Nuggets Summer League game, a Summer League opening loss, 97-86 to the Houston Rockets. I can't remember the last Summer League game they won. It's been about a year.
How many stand out, really, in your mind, you know? They always go this way, too. You're like, pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter rolls around.
Yeah.
We
do have a lot to go over today. We'll talk about the Summer League game for sure because Bryce Hopkins went off. He had a really impressive game. I loved what I saw from him. We'll talk about Trevon Brazile's game, KJ Simpson, some other takeaways, and who was there from the Nuggets. I thought some pretty interesting guys showed up that were in the gym. We'll also talk the latest on Peyton Watson. The Nuggets also might be interested in the EuroLeague Defensive Player of the Year. We'll talk about him. I'll give you my scouting report on him too. And I believe we'll have somebody calling in from Vegas.
You'd like to think.
I don't know who.
They flew all the way out there. You know what I mean? They're probably,
maybe Adam, maybe D-Line, maybe Dev, but I'm Harrison Wind, and I got Brendan Vogt with me.
They're probably already at a casino. Harrison and I are holding down the fort here with super producer Kale.
Yeah,
and you know what?
You have your packet.
I've got my Denver Nuggets Summer League guide.
Yeah,
which is honestly
huge shout out to the PR team for printing this out. By the way, this has been a huge help.
Genuinely, unironically, very helpful, and I'm going to need it for this show. But Bryce Hopkins, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryce Hopkins looked good. I don't know if you want to start there. I'm going to let you host the show, but.
Well, let's start there. Bryce Hopkins, the story tonight, 24 points. That was a team high. 9 of 13 shooting. Woo. 1 of 2 from 3, 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks in 26 minutes. He was impressive, man.
He was really impressive. I liked his approach a lot. Summer League can get really disorganized. Sometimes you just kick it around the perimeter for like middling looks from 3. He attacked the rim. Mm-hmm. So we've heard a lot about him as a physical prospect and an athletic prospect, despite his injury history. And I feel like we saw both of those traits on display in this game. Just really, really kind of north-south approach attacking the rim, which I liked, was, I think, embracing contact, finishing through contact. That one dunk was really impressive. You know, Hopkins is a defensive prospect as well, or really, I think maybe even headline more than anything else.
Yeah.
And we saw some of that, I thought. So, you know, physicality is one of the key words the Nuggets are trying to add to this roster. I think it's one of the key words when describing Bryce Hopkins, and we saw it here in game 1.
Yeah. And something people said about Bryce Hopkins right after they drafted him and even during practices this week is that he's pretty ready to go. You know, he's an experienced guy, was in college for a while.
Yeah.
Played under a really good coach in Rick Pitino. He kind of came into the gym, and it was pretty obvious he could play. And, I mean, look, the Nuggets have drafted a lot of other second-round guys recently that fit that bill as well. But at least from this one game, that looked pretty clear. He looked very comfortable out there. He looked like the best guy on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'll say my favorite thing about Bryce Hopkins in his game tonight, only 1 of 2 from 3, and he was 9 of 13 overall. He took the ball to the rim very aggressively in a real strong physical way, and I like that. I like that he wasn't trying to live outside the three-point line. I liked how he got into the paint, was aggressive, wasn't afraid to draw contact, and I just liked how the mentality that, you know, the Nuggets needed from him kind of translated in that way.
Yeah, and I think in a lot of ways that's how he played in college. You know, he is kind of a bowling ball, get to the rim.
Yeah, bowling ball's a good way to put it.
Unafraid of you kind of guard. The three-point shot, I think, just middling at the collegiate level. that's maybe his swing skill in terms of like making it in an NBA rotation is he's going to have to improve from three, but his game isn't predicated on that. And in this environment, I really like the way he just sought the rim like a heat-seeking missile. And I think sometimes in Summer League, you can spend forever trying to get into your stuff, but you don't really have any stuff. You don't really have any chemistry, and you just need a guy to take over. You know, we saw Bones do a lot of that back in the day, but that was in Bones fashion behind the line. In this case, Bryce really just looked to attack the rim, and I thought they looked at their best as a team when Bryce was attacking, KJ Simpson was attacking. And so, you know, it's not a team that took a lot of three-pointers in game one here. They built this roster with athleticism in mind, I think more so than a bunch of skill, and we saw a lot of that in game one.
John Wallace did a interview during the game, and his quote on Bryce Hopkins was, "He's not scared of anything." And that was pretty evident, I thought, in this game. He just went right at his defender in transition in the half court. If he kind of had a step, he was going to the rim and attacking. And then he also had 3 steals and 2 blocks.
Yeah.
So you talked about his defensive makeup. That was obviously something the Nuggets liked about him, and that was on display too.
I mean, 5 stocks, 2 turnovers, 24 efficient points, and 4 rebounds. It's really hard to look much better than that in a losing effort in Summer League. So, I mean, he was genuinely impressive, and this is already getting ahead of myself, I'll admit, but you can see him as one of those two-way guys that's actually pretty good. You know what I mean?
Can I throw out a comp maybe next year for you?
Yes, please do.
Spencer Jones type of role.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
You maybe, yeah.
Maybe a guy who's just because he knows what to do and he's not afraid and he's experienced, you know, for his age. Is he a guy that, like there's pretty low ceiling, low upside at the NBA level, but can come in and do some of the right things and play hard? I feel like I'm already seeing it, or at least I'm already deluding myself.
Yeah. He seems like a guy that maybe the coaching staff could trust. Next season for a very limited role. The next biggest guy that we were watching tonight, probably not biggest in height, but maybe that as well. Trevon Brazile, the Nuggets' first draft pick, you know, went in the second round, a guy they like. 5 points, 2 of 8 shooting. He did hit his 1-3 tonight. 11 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 1 steal. It was a rough night from him in a lot of aspects. It's so funny with Brazile because you can obviously see the tools. He had a couple moments tonight where he's going for a rebound. He did get 11 rebounds. Going for a rebound, going for something at the rim where he just elevates and you're like, oh, he just jumped 40 inches without even trying. Effortlessly, man.
Minimal load up.
Yeah. But it did seem from tonight that he has quite a bit to go before we might see him in real minutes with the Nuggets.
I think the 2 headlines I heard and came across in my research and scouting the most on Brazile are athleticism, but lacking in feel for the game.
Yeah.
And I think we saw both of those traits on full display tonight. You know, he's a guy who's probably going to benefit from a cleaner half-court operation, better spacing, where his athleticism can flourish. We know Summer League half-court operations, not always smooth ones or well-oiled ones. I think every time you saw him kind of put the ball on the floor, try to make a choice, or just sort of a read, even if it was just a scoring read, it looked maybe, it didn't look great, really, and 4 turnovers isn't awesome. But to your point, 11 rebounds, and you do see the north-south verticality. Even in the scrimmage the one scrimmage we saw day 1 of Summer League practice, he won this opening tip, man, and he skied for that thing. So,
yeah.
And that's post an ACL tear. You can see why he's a prospect, but you can also see why he fell to the second round. And, you know, I do think he's going to have a lot of work to do to polish off his game.
Yeah. He does need to polish off his game a lot. Summer League is so tough for big men if you can't shoot, because Summer League's dominated by guards, you know, dominated by point guards, dominated by scorers. Like, you think back to Bones Highland at Summer League, just how dominant and impressive he was. Well, it's because, you know, he can dribble the ball up the court. He's got the ball in his hands. He can really do what he wants with it, break down guys off the dribble. If you're a big and you're not a shooting big, you're really just relying on people to get you the ball in the post.
100%, yeah.
And, or, you know, if you're Brazile in the dunker, you got to do all your work on the glass, which he did tonight, which was good. but it's tough sledding for bigs a lot in summer league. So he actually is a guy who might look better in the G League per se than summer league.
For sure. And it's one game.
Yeah, and it is one game. But for him, it's really just going to be about getting on the glass, which he did.
Yep.
And making simple plays around the rim.
I agree with that. And to his credit, did get on the glass. Yeah, he's not going to be creating for himself in the NBA anytime soon if he ever does. I do think, Adam talked about his motor. He kind of reminded me of like a big lumbering striker in soccer a little bit. Of like
poacher?
A poacher, yeah. He was just kind
real
of
Howland type,
waiting for his moments to then kind of use his tools. Whereas Hopkins was kind of dialed up and making things happen the whole way. So maybe you saw some of I thought there were times where he faded out of the action. But again, to your point, and I agree with this, it can be really hard for those guys to find their place in summer league.
Yeah. I hate that one free throw rule too, man. Dope kid in the chat brings it up.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't mind it for game time, for summer league. But it's an interesting point the way Dope Kid frames it there, because a lot of scorers, when they're struggling, what do? You get yourself to the line, you see a couple easy ones go in.
See the ball go in.
Does one just help you with your rhythm, like they pointed out? Maybe not, but look, in the case of summer league, if we shave 5 minutes off the game, I'll live.
Yeah, I'll live as well. Let's get to one more guy here before the first break. KJ Simpson. And I have really high expectations for KJ Simpson coming into this summer league. He's on a two-way next season. He's going to be one of the guys on the two ways with, I'm assuming, Hopkins and then somebody else who they decide on this summer league. KJ Simpson, a lot of NBA experience.
Yeah.
A lot of G League experience. He should be one of the better point guards and just better players on the floor in Vegas. I thought he struggled in the first half, then had a really good second half, and he finished with 17 points, 9 assists, 4 turnovers.
I like that stretch in the third where he started attacking the rim like Bryce, and I thought he was making things happen, getting to the line. The ball was in his hands a lot.
Yeah.
I will say that is by design. You heard JJ Barea, maybe not to that extent, but JJ Barea talk a lot about wanting KJ Simpson to have the ball as a coach, feeling some relief knowing that point guard was going to be there. Look, he did finish with 9 assists. No other guy on this team finished with more than 3.
Wow.
So there were moments where I thought he was over dribbling, but there were at least times where he was making things happen as a point guard as well. I thought he looked at his best again when he attacked the rim. KJ looked physically, just doesn't have an NBA profile. But
yeah, he's small. He just is.
He's a small guy, but you can tell he knows how to hoop. He is unafraid, and I thought he had a high motor tonight.
Yeah, he played hard. I think playing hard got him into a little bit of trouble, with just dribbling maybe a little too much.
Yep, for sure.
But I don't really know how many other guys they have to handle the ball on this summer league team, so that's just gonna kind of be his role. But I mean, KJ Simpson's a guy I liked. He played well after signing with the Nuggets last season. And it's funny because in college, he was this total offensive guy at Colorado.
Right.
And now he's fit into this mold as a defensive jitterbug, high energy player.
Right.
And that's kind of just what he has to do at his size. So I know the Nuggets like him. That's why they, got him back on a two-way again this season. And I think he'll, again, like he did last year, be able to give Denver maybe some spot minutes here and there. I mean, I guess a lot of that could depend on how the point guard situation shapes up, but
I mean, maybe
we'll see.
Yeah, like they're going to need some kind of two-way production for the point guard position. KJ, easy guy to root for, though. I'll say that.
For sure. He plays hard.
Plays hard. He's also outrageously nice. That may not mean anything to you, but I'll just say, like, that's his reputation with media, with people in the locker room. I think with the content team in Denver, just a helpful guy, a nice guy, works hard. So rooting for KJ, and it's fun to get to see him with the ball in his hands a little bit.
Definitely. Nuggets dropped their first summer league game, 97-86. Let's hit our first break. We got a lot more to get to, though. I got a couple more notes on this game, and then we have the rumor mill to dive into. Nuggets might be interested in the EuroLeague Defensive Player of the Year. That could be interesting.
All right.
Got some Peyton Watson updates, and Nikola Jokic went rafting again.
Oh, all right. Well,
so we'll check in on that.
It is July.
After this. Right now is the perfect time to reset your wardrobe. You can do it with Quince. The cool part about Quince is first off, they got everything you could want on their website. Shirts, hats, button-downs, pants, and they make everything with high-quality, everyday essentials using premium materials like 100% European linen and their insanely soft flow-knit activewear fabric. Their men's linen pants, their shorts are lightweight, breathable, comfortable, basically the perfect layer for spring. And the pants, they always strike the right balance between laid back and refined, so you look put together without trying too hard. They got that awesome flow-knit activewear as well at Quince, moisture-wicking anti-odor, soft enough that you'll actually want to wear it every single day. Their prices are also 50 to 60% less than similar brands. How does that even work? Well, Quince, they actually work directly with ethical factories, and they cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup. Everything is designed to last and make getting dressed easy. Right now, refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/nuggets for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. QUINCE.com/nuggets for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/nuggets. Also, if you're looking for maybe something a little different in Denver, you want somewhere to watch the game, maybe get in a little golf, good food, good drinks, hang out with some friends, check out the Hanger Club, a one-of-a-kind interactive entertainment center where you've got great food and drinks, you got great TVs to watch the game, and you have golf bays that you can rent out and play golf. 10 state-of-the-art TrackMan golf simulators that you can play world-class golf courses on, compete with friends, just swing for fun. No experience required. More than just golf, though. Grab a seat at the bar, local beers, premium spirits, handcrafted cocktails, so much more as well. Great food, perfect for birthdays if you're planning a night out with the friends, maybe just with your significant other. Great spot for everybody. They got kid spaces as well. With space for up to 400 guests, Hanger Club delivers a fully customizable experience. From casual hangouts to unforgettable events, this is where Denver comes to play. Hanger Club, good times, done better. Book your bay or plan your event at hangerclub.co. All right, back here. Harrison Wind and Brendan Vogt breaking down the Nuggets Summer League opening loss. They followed the Rockets, but man, Bryce Hopkins went off in his debut. 24 points for him. He really stole the show. Nuggets had a lot of guys show up today. You know, you never really know who's in Vegas or who's going to be there for the Summer League games, but typically you get some vets that roll in.
Yeah.
Always interesting to see who's there.
There's that one year it seemed like everyone was there.
After the championship.
Yeah.
After the Nuggets won the championship, man, like the Nuggets owned Vegas that
that's
summer.
Right, man. That's right.
That was a great summer.
Better times, my friend. Better times.
You know, somebody interesting that was there, Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson was there, not just there, you guys, but running admin for the Denver Nuggets, hopping on Twitter a little bit.
Putting in some hours, clocking in. Even telling Nuggets fans he's excited to see them soon. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not going to actually overanalyze that. But yeah, Cam Johnson, look, we know he still wants to be a part of the Denver Nuggets. As of right now, he is still technically part of the Denver Nuggets. But boy, if the Denver Nuggets are to shed salary, it would seem like he might be out the door. But he was in there anyway today. He was in the door.
And I appreciate that from Cam, who I just showing his eagerness to be here still, to be a part of the group.
It was pretty interesting that he just jumped on the Twitter and that it was him doing that.
I mean, I'm sure it was.
I'm sure it's nothing.
He's a starter and he's there and he said yes. You know what I mean? But
I'm sure it's absolutely nothing.
Great call on his part to just be like, can't wait to see you guys soon. Negotiating through the tweets on Denver Nuggets.
Deron Holmes, also there.
You know he's eager. He wishes he could be playing. If you didn't know, we talked about it last week. Holmes told us not playing is not his decision, but he's out there anyway, being supportive, being a good teammate. Deron, nice guy, but eager. Eager is the word I would apply to him right now. This experience did not go the way that he wanted it to, but he's very, he's on the precipice here of just being a normal basketball player again, and you can tell he's excited.
I wonder, he said that he's not playing because the team doesn't want him to, or his team doesn't want him to.
Yeah, it didn't specify.
Feels like it would be pretty natural for him to play. I don't know. But I was just going to say, I wasn't on the show the other day. His interview that he did at practice the other day,
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with. He seems like a guy that's growing up a lot. So I liked hearing from him.
It was a really good interview. Yeah, you could check that one out on our YouTube channel if you missed it.
Marvin Bagley, also in attendance.
Obligatory, right? You're the new signing. If you already know you're going to Vegas, you got to slide through.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, seeing Marvin Bagley there as part of the Vegas contingent kind of woke me up to just how much things have changed around here, you know?
Yeah.
We're just talking about the title team, and now it's Marvin Bagley. No offense, by the way. And I like the signing.
I like the signing.
I'm not even, it's just, wow.
Yeah.
Some real 2026 stuff going on.
Also, Julian Strother and Tyus Jones in the house. So Nuggets decently represented at this game also.
Julian Strother gets
Vegas native.
Yeah, Vegas native, so he's never going to miss this, but he also
Yeah.
gets an A+ in this part of it. He just never misses anything. He's always there, never misses a chance to show face when there's an opportunity to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. He's at all the extracurricular events. He shows up.
He knows it's one way to score trust points with the work. It's worked so far. But look, it's a big, big year for Julian Strother. Tim Hardaway Jr. out the door. As things stand, they are going to need Julian Strother to step into some scoring shoes, some on-ball shoes here off the bench. It's his sink or swim year in Denver, maybe in the NBA. I'm sure he'll get another look somewhere. But if he's going to be a part of this thing, it starts with a big year right now.
Last note from the Summer League game, and then we can move on. I got to bring up this guy for a second. How do you say his name?
Dejan Giroux.
Dejan Giroux.
A lot of him today.
This guy, man. If Tim Connolly was still here, I would say, he signed this guy in a Baltimore barbershop.
Well,
like, that's where they agreed to the deal.
I was so sure this guy's from D.C., the way he hoops.
But he's from New Orleans.
So you can see it.
You can see it. This guy is wild, man. He's absolutely wild out there. And I'm like, he looks just like a Corey Brewer, Will Barton hybrid. He was an interesting watch.
A perfect split of the two of them. Hoops like the two of them. Like moves like them. It's really incredible. Also,
the body type
is like it. Yeah, it's exactly that. I'll tell you what, he was a really funny guy to watch in day one of that scrimmage we saw. He talks the whole, and I don't just mean trash talk. I mean like his inner monologue to himself is just happening out loud.
He plays hard too.
He plays hard. I thought maybe the ball was in his hands a little too much today. I'm not going to lie, but
he was just getting the people going.
3 assists to 4 turnovers. Did have 7 rebounds. Had a couple moments, hit that 3 at the buzzer, but I mean that guy was doing a lot. As I agree with the chat, he was playing for a contract somewhere with somebody.
Yeah. Of course, the guy I've been hyping up, Aaron Nkrumah, DNP.
I was really interested.
DNP CD. Tough start for me at Summer League, I will say. Tough start.
I liked your pick. He was on my radar as well. Why? Because he's one of the 3 guys that we know here that's on an Exhibit 10 contract at least.
We got the guys from Las Vegas.
Well, let's see if they have any explanation or if he was just a straight DNP.
All right, live on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, we've got the fellas from Vegas.
This is going to be great.
I have no idea where this is going to go, but we've got D-Line and Dev calling in. What's up?
What's up? What's up, fellas?
What's up?
All right, sorry. So it was game one. It was game one of Summer League. Not the results that you wanted, but I feel like the guys competed in that second half. They got into the game, so it's exciting to be here. It's exciting to see Denver Nuggets basketball. They won.
D-Line.
Yeah,
Bryce Hopkins. Bryce Hopkins, are you all in?
Oh, dude, I'm all in. He looked great, didn't he? He's got that dog in him. JJ Barea said as much. He said he's got that dog in him, which I like. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I liked a lot that I saw from Hopkins. I'm super interested. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with the other guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes with the other guys. All right, maybe they can call back.
This is a foolproof production strategy.
Superstar Dev, what do you think of Hopkins? What were some of your big takeaways from the game?
I was really high on Hopkins today. I loved the fact that he just seemed active. He was very involved in every play. He was very aggressive. And he really does have a chip. Like asking him, talk to him after the game. And one of the questions was there something that you challenged yourself on going into this? And do you feel like you answered that call? And he said, I didn't challenge myself on anything because I know who I am as a basketball player. And that's just like a confidence that we got to see out there the entire night. He's shooting the ball. He's getting to his spots. He's competing on the boards. He checked off a lot of boxes for me. And then you look at that box score. That was a quiet, 25 points in that game. I
Yeah.
just feel like there's some guys that they don't have to exert too much energy to get the most out of it. So very productive, day one.
Yeah.
What else did he have to say? Did anything else stand out in that interview?
Really, it was just a confident but calm demeanor from him the entire time. He talked about just being excited to go out there and be able to prove himself in game one. It felt like he had a lot that he wanted to get out there and showcase, and he got to showcase that in game one. 25 points in your first game. That's a hell of a debut for him into this league, and I mean you're high on him right now. That's what everybody wants to talk about. So that was very exciting.
Yeah. Any other notes from around the arena or anything? What was the vibe in the gym like?
Very, very quiet game. Very, very subtle. You didn't hear a lot of, the bench getting into it. It was also, there was a contingent of Nuggets players that came, to the arena. You had Cam Johnson, Zeke Naji, Julian Strother. I was excited. I mean, shocked to see Cam Johnson in this. But I mean, it goes to show the type of professional that he is. To actually come in and show out with his name being so into everything and him, most likely not even being on this team. So he was out there. We got to see Holmes, Marvin Bagley was out there.
Yeah.
But on the
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones came out there. It was shocking. On the other side though, it was the stars. Reed Shepard, Jabari Smith, Eamon Thompson came in with the head coach. So a bit different there.
I got to get a quick scouting report on the food and drink at Thomas and back this year.
Dev, how was the smoothie?
Yeah, mainly thinking about the smoothie.
So I personally wanted to stop.
We didn't have time.
I wanted to stop and go get a smoothie and food.
We didn't have time. We didn't have time.
D-Line's like, let's go be professional. Let's go in to find a spot. And I'm like, yo, we have credentials. We don't have to go find a spot. There's a spot for us. We need to go make that round. So I'm excited
Rookie.
to get off of this interview for me to go get a smoothie right now and watch the rest of this Bulls and Grizzlies game.
Well, the only question then from me, I don't want to hold you up. I'm a big fan of the smoothies as well. How did Eric do with a credential today? Was this a fish out of water situation? How did he hold up?
Yeah, this was a guy that you got to act like you've been here before. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and I don't know if this guy has ever been.
I'm the creative director of this network. It doesn't.
Oh,
Get him out of here.
My bad. He was incredible. He was so incredible. It looked like he's been here before.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, good save there. Yeah.
Final question from me. What's on the docket for tonight after the games finish up?
Well,
Our hotel.
we have an incredible hotel. First off, the walk, and you guys know how I love walking. About a 3-mile walk or something like that to my room.
Let me guess. Adam said it was going to be a quick walk.
D-Line said it was going to be a quick walk. And in my room, I'm not even joking. We passed like 15 buildings. I have the last room. The last room. We passed
Okay.
3 different swimming pools. As far as what's on the docket, it really just depends. Right now, I'm trying to. I could possibly get tickets to this black tie affair for Young Jeezy, and I'm trying to get in there. So
Okay.
hopefully that-
Nice name drop.
Casual Dev?
Yeah, is Eric
Okay.
trying to get in as well, or is that just you?
It's to be determined.
Yeah.
To be determined.
Yeah, I don't know if the credential's going to get him into that one.
Yeah, maybe not.
Dev, Eric, appreciate it, man. Good stuff.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, I guess Dev going to Young Jeezy later. Wonder what the rest of the guys will be doing.
Yeah, I like how that's a plan he made on his own. Did
Yeah.
not invite the other guys or run it by
Probably,
them.
yeah, better just not even to bring it up.
That's probably the first D-Line's heard of it all night.
Oh, absolutely.
I will say this though, the smoothies really are all they're cracked up to be on that. If you're at Summer League, if you're watching this or you're headed there,
Yeah.
find the smoothie shack on the concourse.
Yeah, I mean,
Mango smoothie, double shot of tequila. Thank us later.
right.
it's a good way to watch
There
hoops.
you go, Cal. There you go. We got to hit another break. We are going to get to Alpha Diallo on the other side, the Defensive Player of the Year in Europe that the Nuggets seem like they're interested in. We'll talk him. We'll talk Jokic, latest on Peyton Watson after this. Shout out to Toyota. We're, of course, live here in the Toyota Lounge. And Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. They've got cars, trucks, SUVs for everybody at Toyota. If you're driving the highways, if you're up in the mountains, if you're just driving around the city, Toyota, they've got something for you. Check out the Land Cruiser, the 4Runner, the Tacoma. They've got cars, trucks, SUVs, whatever you need, Toyota's got you. They've also got 17 different models with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner. They've got the RAV4, the Grand Highlander. I could go on and on. Make sure to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Rapala and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mount State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson, Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson, Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota's a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets, and it's the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. Also, shout out to Bet365. Right now, bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets at Bet365. When you use the code DNVR365, they're an official partner of the Denver Nuggets, and it's where we go to bet. Even though it's the offseason, still got baseball to bet on. World Cup obviously going on right now. U.S. knocked out, but it's actually getting really good now that we're deep into the knockout round. So there's never been a better time to get in on the season with Bet365, where winning is everything. That's what you do at Bet365. Download the app, use code DNVR365 to sign up today. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Colorado. Terms and conditions apply, in-app only. And of course, they got Summer League lines as well. They got lines on LeBron's next team. If you want to try your hand at that. Tons of off-season specials, bonuses too. So check out Bet365, where winning is everything. Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets right now at Bet365. All right, we are back. DNVR Nuggets podcast, Harrison Wind and Brendan Vogt after the Nuggets' first Summer League game. So we were talking about the guys who were in the gym at the arena for Denver. Cam Johnson was there, Marvin Bagley, new Nuggets signing, Zeke Naji, Tyus Jones, Julian Strawther, Deron Holmes, all in the house, so a pretty good contingent. Peyton Watson not in the gym where the Nuggets were playing, but we do have video of him in the main court at Thomas and Mack Center after the Nuggets game. This just came out 8 minutes ago.
After the Nuggets. So we did not see him show face at the Nuggets game. Is that from Tomer Asley? That's a Clippers reporter as well who put that out there.
Are the Clippers playing right now?
That's what
Let
I
me
was
look
about to
right
just
now.
check.
Because that would add a whole nother layer to this.
This is some real Summer League content.
Is interesting here. Let me bring up the scores. Let's see what we got here. Thomas and Mack Center.
It looks like Grizzlies Bulls.
Okay,
there
Grizzlies
for that
Bulls.
All right, so at least it wasn't.
Then Thunder Lakers tipping off after.
All right. It would definitely have been a story if he was at the Clippers one and not the Nuggets one. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I mean, there's a little bit I think it's slightly noteworthy that he didn't go sit. I mean, look, we know the deal. They're actively negotiating. I think Peyton is less than thrilled with how things went from lack of opportunity to the contract situation. I won't read into it beyond that, but I will just say I make note of it as well.
Oh, I mean, I think it's very notable.
Yeah.
Unless everybody just missed him in Cox Pavilion for the Nuggets game, which I doubt
Doesn't
happened.
sound like we didn't hear that from our guys.
I mean, our
soldiers
two
on
credentialed reporters there didn't bring him up at all. They didn't see him. So I will trust them on that. But that is very notable to me, actually. That is very notable.
Such a clutch behavior.
And that's also what I was going to say. I mean, this seems right out of the clutch playbook, man. He's one of the best agents in the game for a reason. Like, this is how you handle a negotiation from their playbook.
Yep, 100%. So in that sense, it's not surprising at all. You know, look, a compromise on a contract and some good opportunity with the ball in his hands. I think could fix a lot of things if there's anything that needs to be fixed or whatever. But yeah, this is negotiation mode. So it's kind of an interesting situation, especially with Cam, as the chat points out, over there in the other gym.
Cam.
Interesting time for those two gentlemen.
Cam. On the Peyton Watson front, this came out this morning. The Hawks potentially interested in acquiring Peyton Watson via sign and trade. So there's been a lot of noise about the Clippers, and I've got to think a lot of their business is on hold right now, considering the Kawhi trade is on hold until they come to some ruling on this aspiration investigation. But the Clippers definitely are interested, and Jake Fisher reported today that the Hawks also could be interested in a sign and trade. The Nuggets also reportedly want a Walker Kessler type return if they traded Watson. That return for Utah was 2 first-round picks, 2 first-round swaps. So I don't think they'll get that.
No.
But it is interesting how it seems like there's trying to get a market created here for a potential sign and trade. First was the Clippers, now maybe the Hawks, and we'll see if any other teams have reported interest.
Playing a little hardball, which I think is the way to do it here. You're basically saying, okay, fine, we'll work with you on a sign and trade if you're willing to debatably overpay with capital. And that's the way to do it, I think. I think they need to retain Peyton. I think if someone were to offer them too many picks, they would actually have to consider that, not just because of the financial implications, but the flexibility going forward with their lack of draft capital. Having said all of that, I think you're more reinforced signaling that, knowing that you're probably not getting that return. I don't think they're expecting that return, but you're basically signaling, look, come prepared to take a big swing or back off and don't waste anyone's time.
For sure. And I mean, the Nuggets got to be thinking that the market's falling their way. Nobody has cap room. Now it's pretty much going to be a sign and trade or nothing.
Right.
You would think.
So use that leverage in those negotiations. We're not just going to give them away from the Nuggets perspective. You're looking for capital.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, I would say Peyton Watson not showing up to the Nuggets game, but showing up to the other arena. I think it's a statement for sure, but I also think it's probably just part of the negotiation as well.
I do too.
Yeah.
Straight out of the clutch playbook.
Yep. Some other news that we've got from Denver that dropped today. Alpha Diallo, probably not familiar with that name. He is the EuroLeague Defensive Player of the Year from this last season. And he's a 6'7" forward who played college ball at Providence, actually played in Colorado for high school for 1 year back in 2015.
Oh, no kidding.
Spent 1 year here, played at Denver West. 29 years old. The Nuggets are reportedly interested, showing strong interest in Alpha Diallo, who I believe is going over to play in Abu Dhabi next year, but played at Monaco for the last couple. The scouting report on him is defense. Point of attack, wing defender, 6'7", strong, experience. He's 29 years old. He's been doing it for a while overseas, but led the EuroLeague in steals per game last year, 1.5 steals in 28 minutes per game. So point of attack, disruptive, physical defender. And it's an interesting route because, I mean, we were thinking maybe the Nuggets need to get a little creative in terms of finding guys on minimum contracts. Maybe this is that.
Yeah, that's kind of been your line this summer. I think you were talking about it with Bonga, but you got to think outside of the box.
This isn't Bonga.
Think
somebody else, though.
Somebody else. But think outside of the box with these minimums because you got to try something to improve defensively. I mean, there are reasons to be skeptical. As I understand it, in the EuroLeague, he's thought of as a very switchable guy. Everything about switchability is different in the NBA. The ones are quicker. The fives are bigger. The spacing is different. So you go from at times switching 1 through 5 to are you more of a 2 through 4 guy? Yeah. In the half court, he's probably going to be pretty limited as he seems limited offensively already in EuroLeague. But an athlete and 6'7" and a guy who plays defense. So from that standpoint, it's the exact type of player that Denver is lacking.
Yeah. Honestly, he reminded me a lot of Bryce Hopkins.
Yeah, all right.
Watching Diallo earlier today and Bryce Hopkins tonight, that's kind of how he plays. Downhill, attacking the rim, physical driver. His three-point shooting's been up and down throughout his career. I don't think you want to rely on him as a shooter
heading
into the season if he is in Denver. But, you know, the Nuggets have tried to dip their toe into the international waters for free agents over the years. Facu Campazzo did not work out great, although
Won a playoff series.
had some really
He won a
great
playoff
moments.
series, you know?
Yeah. He was also kind of here in those couple gap years
For sure.
where they needed a guy like him. Greg Whittington, that did not go great.
Yeah, Greg Whittington.
I liked
Eric's
him.
guy, Greg
Yeah,
Whittington.
I liked him too. So yeah, Diallo's interesting, just that he's a defensive guy, and yeah, I mean maybe he can give you a little of what Peyton Watson does if Peyton Watson's here or if he's not.
Yeah, obviously reason to be skeptical. If it were like a home run or a slam dunk, to use the right sport metaphor, he'd probably be drawing more interest / be here already. But I do not mind the thought. I think Denver has to be thinking in this way to some extent. And I'll say, like, John and Ben have been pretty clear in the things they've outlined in terms of the traits they're looking for.
Yeah.
And you can see the through line in the reporting, in the drafting, and in the construction of the Summer League roster.
For sure. What else do we want to go to? I lost my outline here.
Well, can we talk about the big news at Summer League today?
Yeah, sure.
The big news, Bam Adebayo living up to the first name with just a cartoon Bam to Tyler Hero.
Insane story.
Unbelievable story. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I have any insight here, but let's just react together. Tyler Hero allegedly took a shot on social media earlier. Bam Adebayo didn't seem to like it. They confronted each other at a practice court in Vegas, and Bam hit him. And there's some photos that showed up on the timeline shortly after, because Tyler Hero is just out there at Summer League, swollen eye. I'll tell you what about the NBA. I'll tell you what. It is a league where guys do get punched in the face. That does happen. Mm-hmm. So if that means anything to you one way or another, it do be happening in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely insane. This happened today, this morning. And then Tyler Hero just walks into the gym for the Bucks game like nothing happened.
So good,
That
man.
was maybe the funniest part.
That's an amazing Summer
Just
League
walked
story.
into the gym like nothing happened.
You really think about it.
It was great.
And then, like, the timing of everything, I think the NBA put out an interview with Tyler Hero, like, shortly after the report, but the
Yeah.
interview was taken shortly before the altercation.
Oh, really?
I think so. Miami tweeted something about not worrying about chemistry, and it's a video of Bobby Portis and Bam Adebayo. Like, was it Bobby Portis and Bam Adebayo rolling up on Tyler Hero?
Oh, man.
I need to know more. But clearly, not a bad idea to split those guys up from Miami. Not a bad idea at all.
All I can think of is Bam's probably wanted to do that for years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And this is actually the first opportunity to do that. First time they would ever be in the same place since the trade.
The best part is in that interview that I just referenced with Tyler Hero, he said something about how it's all love between him and Miami.
All love.
It's all love.
Yeah. All love.
And, you know, mate, look, sometimes brothers love each other. They'll punch each other. That happens. So.
You know what is all love, though? Nikola Jokic's rafting trip.
Oh, man.
The yearly tradition continued. Jokic pictured rafting with his brother, Nemanja, and a couple other friends and family, and sporting pretty much a bald head.
That's a tight
That's
shave,
a 0,
brother.
I think.
That is a bald. Yeah. He has hair. Like, he's opting for this. He's kind of growing into Michael Malone. But I really think that aesthetically, he's this kind of a villainous look, no?
This is very
Is it
like
villainous?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the rafting. It's so funny, man.
Yeah.
These what a crew. What a crew.
What
We
a
should
crew.
go rafting in the summer.
I think we want to. I have actually need to check in on that. We were gonna try to do a camping trip.
We're working on a rafting thing for August. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
We're
Yeah.
actually working on a camping / rafting trip
Ask and you shall receive.
in August. So potential rafting content coming from us.
I'll tell you what, I would be alarmed if there were no rafting update from Jokic. You know what I mean? This is a sign that everything is normal.
It's a significant step in the summer.
Yeah, nature is
Yeah.
is doing its thing.
You have to go through summer league. You have to go through, Jokic's rafting trip to get to where you need to go. Interesting note on the Nuggets right now, and they got the whole contingent in Vegas, of course. John Wallace was doing the interview on ESPN during the game. Didn't really say anything of that much note, although I thought he did have this pretty funny quote on Jokic. I think it was Mark Kestisher who was doing the game. He asked him about Nikola Jokic and not signing the extension. Just a total, softball, just throw it out there question for him just to talk about Jokic. And John Wallace's quote was, "We feel confident. We trust him." And this is about him signing the extension next year. And then he said, "We've got no choice but to."
Yeah, it's the most honest thing I think.
You're completely right.
That's Calvin Booth levels of honesty.
Yeah.
And it's true. I think it was Nate Jones who put out on Twitter that it was catastrophic for Denver to let Jokic hit unrestricted free agency.
Right.
Brother, they do not have a say.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do anything about it. So I'll tell you what, I do think he's coming back. I do think it's about the 5-year extension and the extra 80 mil.
And I think that's probably going to be the last contract he signs.
I do as well. But in the meantime, we're going to hear about it, and that is a hilarious quote.
Yeah.
No choice, man. Definitely what you're not going to do is trade the guy. Just my thought.
Yeah, don't even mention that. And it's funny, like you say they have no choice. And in this situation, it seems like they don't. But Victor Wembanyama, news came out this afternoon that he's actually taking less than he could on his max deal.
Is it about the raises, the year to year, or the percentage of the cap on each year?
Yeah. So he could have signed for a bigger deal, and I think he's locked into 25% raises?
Well, I don't think the raises are 25%.
25%
Of the cap is maxed out. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think this, by the way, this exact negotiation, this part of the negotiation, according to Bill Simmons, is why the Giannis to Boston trade fell through. Is that Boston was pretty entrenched on 25, and Giannis wanted it at 30.
Well, now you just have Paul George for $55 million. So good on that.
Look, I
good,
won't.
Good compromise there.
Oh, please be the mistake it looks like, please.
Yeah. But I mean, it is interesting. Jalen Brunson takes a big pay cut. He took a massive, pay cut on his deal with the Knicks for them to have more flexibility, and I think a lot of it was the reason they were able to acquire OG Anunoby. And now you see Wembanyama do something where it doesn't seem like that he's taking as big of a pay cut, but one that the reporting indicates will keep the Spurs out of the luxury tax for the next couple of seasons, which is significant.
Yeah.
And so I just think this is something to watch with the salary cap, with the CBA where it's at. It is very hard to build a team with more than two guys making, these max deals. And even in the Celtics case, they look at Jaylen Brown as a guy that's not worth a supermax.
Yeah.
They looked at Giannis as a guy they didn't want to pay the straight supermax to.
Right.
And those are top 10 players. Giannis is a top 5 player. So we're just entering pretty uncharted territory, I feel like, when it comes to just how teams are viewing who they can and who they can't give these just huge deals to. And I think, and I said this on the show last month, I think we're going to see more players take less on these max deals like Wemby's doing.
So star players doing that is really interesting because you would have to consider that, you would think, an unintended consequence of those negotiations, or at least when the players union agrees to that CBA. There's no way they're thinking, well, this will lead to max players having to choose to take discounts to stay competitive, because they probably wouldn't agree to that. But that seems to be an organic, natural development here, reaction to the sort of new ecosystem. And I believe there is an opt-out on the CBA before 2029, so the 2028-2029 season. This is the type of thing that I think would rush maybe both. Well, I think it's a mutual opt-out, so I don't know if the owners would. The players are probably going to want to use that opt-out, I would think, because there's no way the players union is comfortable with in an environment where second-tier stars aren't worth getting paid according to their teams. Or 1B guys, not even second-tier stars.
Dude, top 5 guys are taking discounts. There's
But guys
no
are
way
taking
they want
discounts.
that.
There's no way they want that. So does this accelerate the movement on maybe going back to the drawing board on the CBA? Which leads me to my absolutely most pessimistic take, which is
okay. Let's hear it.
that by the time the Nuggets have adjusted themselves to the current CBA,
Right.
they will change everything again.
Big threes are back.
Big threes are back in 2029. That's my early. I don't know how it's going to happen. That's my early prediction.
Is Peyton Watson just going to sign 1 year deals until then?
The Nuggets will be one max contract, and it'll be a new league.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, it doesn't. This CBA is so radical. And in a way, it is what Adam Silver wants. Adam Silver, one of his goals is obviously the parity. But how does that happen? You have to spread out the talent throughout the league more. The Nuggets, maybe they can't keep Peyton Watson.
Yeah.
Like, Adam Silver, in his thinking, probably doesn't want the Nuggets to keep Peyton Watson on a big deal. He probably wants, them to trade him to the Hawks or something. And the Nuggets to have to, be compromised on their salary. So it's just interesting how these things come and go with the new rules and the new salary cap. And I'm with you, man. If it keeps trending in this way, it feels like both sides could want big changes.
Yep.
Years from now.
Yeah.
So,
but I will say to the league's credit, if one of their goals, as it clearly was to introduce parity to the league, they have done that.
That is working.
That is working, but it's coming at some costs. And I mean, the CBA has been all about they rushing to plug one leak in the wall, and then another one springs on the other side. And by the time you've patched one up, you're dealing with this. And I said this on a show with Adam. It was interesting to hear. I had a conversation with members of the Nuggets front office, and that term, unintended consequences, kept coming up. So they're trying to put themselves in this mindset of, okay, everything we do now, we need to try to understand how it may trickle down or come back to bite us in 3-4 years.
Yeah. Be something to watch for sure these next couple off seasons. Like the Nuggets had the perfect, salary structure for the old CBA, it seemed like, and then it turned. And now they've just been they've been in financial hell with this new CBA. So I don't know.
I mean, look, Boston decided that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum couldn't take up 70% of their cap sheet.
Right.
This was a few years after the Nuggets basically paid three guys, and they're paying 4 guys really with Gordon. So look, it's a big adjustment in their defense. And I think there are a lot of things to sort of criticize, but that big picture kind of glacial movement of having to adjust the whole operation to fit the new CBA, I do sympathize. I do think it's hurt them.
All right, let's go a little around the association here before we finish up with some super chats. Let's see. Who are the top picks that played? Nets 91, Knicks 65, Michael Brown Jr. 20. 20 points for him. Jaeger Demon with 20. I don't think the Knicks really have anybody.
No, I don't think so either. They have an NBA championship.
They do.
If you want to find how little you care about Summer League, the year after a championship will tell you.
Pacers 99, Cavs 93. Malik Thomas, my guy, 20 points there. 20 for Naquan Tomlin as well.
Man, you know what this shows you looking around at some of these box scores? First team Summer League kind of performance from Bryce Hopkins there on night one.
Oh, man. Celtics and Raptors are playing. Curtis Jones is on the Celtics Summer League team. He was on the 2A with Denver last season. I liked him. He had a really good Summer League, did some good stuff in the G League. I just think it came down to the fact that I don't know what type of defender he's going to be anytime soon. He can do a lot of cool stuff offensively, but defensively, I think he's really lacking there.
He's a small shooter. It's a tough archetype.
Yeah. So he's with Boston now, and the Nuggets do have a 2-way spot open, and I'm sure that will just go to a guy they like on their team now, or maybe somebody else that they scout at Summer League.
Right. That's right. It could be. Maybe that's why they didn't play Nkrumah. They know they want him.
They're hiding him.
They didn't want other teams to see.
They're hiding Nkrumah.
Yeah.
The Bulls are down to the Grizzlies right now, but Caleb Wilson has 27. He has
27.
He's got 27 of their 66. It's in the third quarter.
Woo! Dude, I wish I wanted to watch that one. I'm really, really intrigued by Caleb Wilson. I think he's maybe the most interesting of those top 4 guys, just because
Yeah.
maybe
He's the most mysterious.
yes, exactly, intriguing
Yeah.
for sure, but really fun to watch, and looks like he's filling it up today, and he's going up against Boozer. No kidding.
Yeah,
All right.
Cam Boozer has 19 in the third quarter as well. Cedric Howard playing well too.
Man, that's the game to be watching.
Yeah.
Cedric Howard, good player.
So Nuggets lose their first Summer League game. We'll be back tomorrow though, because yes, they play a Summer League back-to-back. Friday, Saturday night.
This is wild.
That's how does that happen?
Did you know that?
I did.
I'm just basing on your reaction. I didn't know if you knew.
I don't think I processed it. Like, I knew we had to work tomorrow, but I didn't realize they were running a back-to-back in Summer
They
League.
play the Timberwolves rivalry day at Summer League.
Heck yeah. By the way, looking at the Grizzlies Summer League roster, it's their team. It's their NBA team.
Yeah. Coward, Hendricks, Omax Prosper,
And Boozer. Like, that's going to be their real starting lineup.
Meshack had like a quadruple double.
Yeah, that's just the
Did he have
Memphis
a quadruple
Grizzlies.
double in turnovers at the end of the season?
Oh, they should have sent GG as well.
Gigi Jackson. Yeah. Walter Clayton Jr. has not entered the game yet. All right, let's finish up with some super chats here. Just 2 of them.
Jeremy J. Rock, as predicted by nature, the birth of baby Bryce Hopkins has occurred. Celebrating my 9 months. He has potential. He has grit. Yep, Spencer number 2.
He was great, man, and I'm really excited about him now. My excitement level on Brazile has definitely cooled quite a bit after this game, but in terms of Hopkins, I'm really intrigued. The Nuggets said he was pretty ready to go, and that's what it looked like.
I mean, look, Brazil's the one with NBA upside because he's a 6'10 guy that can shoot a little bit and jump out of the gym.
Yeah.
Bryce is Bryce is not going to make any All-Star teams. But I'll be honest, since the draft, I've kind of been more intrigued to watch Bryce Hopkins play because I just think he can sneak into that two-way that actually contributes role, whereas Brazile would probably end up on a full-time contract and not contributing that much, at least right out of the gate, at least year one.
Right. Brazile definitely seems quite a bit away.
Ulysses Ventura, LeBron is coming, bro. It's the only reason why the Nuggets are lagging to do anything. That and Peyton Watson.
Yeah.
And also,
it is of note that the Nuggets have not made any of their contracts official, though.
that is true.
The Tyus Jones deal, the Marvin Bagley deal, both for minimums, not official yet. Neither of the rookie contracts have come through. So it will be interesting to see what the Nuggets do with those, both of them in terms of guaranteed years, non-guaranteed years, how much money they're giving each of those guys. So we'll see. But yeah, Nuggets dropped their Summer League opener. Bryce Hopkins, the real star. KJ Simpson did some good things. Trevon Brazile, interesting debut. Got on the glass a lot for a lot of rebounds, but nothing much other than that.
For sure.
Got anything else before we get out of here?
No, I really don't. I actually thought that ended up being a good night one, just in terms of getting to see one of the marquee guys really go off and do his thing.
Yeah.
You know, we at least can be excited about Bryce Hopkins for 24 hours and learn some more tomorrow.
Yeah. LeBron watch continues. Brian Windhorst, did you see Brian Windhorst said LeBron definitely not going to Cleveland now?
I did see that, yeah. Do you ever get the sense that they don't know?
You think?
Have you ever thought about that?
Do you ever get the sense that nobody knows anything about this LeBron situation?
For sure.
What's annoying to me is LeBron definitely knows. So,
Yeah.
like, why is
and
he
Rich Paul
dragging
knows,
this out?
but Rich Paul's acting like he doesn't know.
It's
I
gonna
know,
look.
but-
It's gonna look really good in the documentary.
I know.
And look, I will say
They're
this.
it's like, but like they know.
I
Like,
will
why
say
are
this
you doing this whole thing
for the documentary? And even if you are over it, the whiteboard is brilliant. I mean, you've just never
was good.
seen anything
Oh, that was
else.
a brilliant piece of video podcasting.
To just write Masai, Africa, and Oil by Dallas and then put that on the air is unbelievable stuff.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Drop us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the show. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you then.